I just want to give a shout out to all my homies.
Actually, no. Let's not give a little shout out
Just
to
because
our
you don't have any friends doesn't mean we can't
Red
supply ours.
Lobster, aka Gingerbread Boy.
She's part of the hater crew. Like,
Hater.
she's hating.
You hating on us because we're trying to holler at the homie. Good morning, I'm Alilijah, and you're listening to The Morning Buzz here on Radio.org. Good morning, everyone. Tuned into the best, one and only Radio.org. I'm your host, Alilijah. With me today is Mr. DePiro and Lisette back there. Normally I'm the goofy, loud, obnoxious one. I just was. But today, time to get a little bit serious and talk about one of my interests, makeup. Makeup comes from an interesting origin, very fascinating for those females or males in certain cases who wear it. Today, everything makeup. I'm going to give, the history of makeup, of course. It was not just from one origin, but it was from more of South America, like Africa, Egypt, and all that. Well, in Egypt, makeup was an archaeological evidence of cosmetics dates at least from ancient Egypt and Greece. According to one source, early major developments include the use of castor oil in ancient Egypt as a protective balm and skin creams made of beeswax, olive oil, and rose water described by the Romans. In Africa, the use of cosmetics in ancient Egypt is well documented. Kohl and henna have their roots in North Africa. Remedies to treat wrinkles were recorded at the time of Thutmose III, containing ingredients such as gum and frankincense and fresh moringa. For scars and burns, a special ointment was made of red orchard, kohl, and sycamore juice. In Middle East, cosmetics were used in Persia and what is today the Middle East from ancient periods. After Arab tribes converted to Islam and conquered those areas, in some areas, cosmetics were only restricted if they were to disguise the real look in order to mislead or cause uncontrolled desire. In Japan, geisha wore lipstick made of crushed safflower petals to paint the eyebrows and edges of the eyes as well as the lips. The sticks of Binsuk wax, a softer version of the sumo wrestler's hair wax, were used by geisha as a makeup base. Yes, I just said sumo wrestlers hair wax. So that means like their nasty sweat, grease, all that. Rice powder colors the face and black. Rogue contours the eye socket and defines the nose. In Europeans, in the Middle Ages, it was thought sinful and immoral to wear makeup by church leaders, but many women still adapted the fad. From the Renaissance up to the 20th century, the lower classes had to work outside in agriculture jobs, and the typically colored European skin was darkened by exposure to the sun. Now, I just want to talk about that a little bit, and I think it's very fascinating where makeup and how the individuals back into time, BC, AC, before me, just used the makeup, like how they just basically used their surroundings and the environment and a lot of things from the atmosphere to contour and just basically make their own cosmetics with whatever they had around them. Like some females use petals and, they would scrub them to get the color on their finger or whatever the base was they were using. And I just think it's very fascinating where everything was just about and adapted from. I'm going to speak about three major makeup industries now, today, that are really big and interesting. And I know very familiar, like people are very familiar with these makeup. MAC, which is a high-top model brand, very chic and artistry. A lot of MAC products is used by celebrities. MAC is just a very tricky product. You must know their makeup well and also know how to apply it well, because if not, there are some negatives to that makeup. Chanel is a very top model, also very vogue and more high class. Middle-aged generation makeup, very pricey but an amazing brand. Chanel has been around for some time now. Bare Minerals, which is one of my favorites, as well as MAC. Bare Minerals is awesome. It's a mineralized makeup. It's always the best for all skin tones, and it does the skin very well, and it is less worries with the amount of appliance. Now, we also have off-the-counter brands, which are also cool as well, not as, popping as MAC and all those other ones, but like L'Oreal and Maybelline, those are just quick brands when you really need something fast, but with great quality to go out or whatever the occasion is. Now, positives and negatives about makeup. Makeup is a girl's best essential, always. I know it's mine, but you have to be careful and wise on your makeup choices. Using makeup once able to look good now, but because of using makeup now, it may change your appearance when you get older, depending on the amount that you apply today. It may affect you later. But it makes a person age faster and look bad later. But as I just said, it depends how you use it. Also, since you use makeup when you don't, a lot of girls, okay, let me say this. A lot of girls use makeup because some feel insecure, they don't think that they're pretty enough, and makeup just gives you that assurance, like, just makes you feel beautiful. And I have my days when I'm just looking super ratchet, and let's not get into the definition of ratchet, just say ugly. And makeup does make me feel, great sometimes, because it's like I wake up like, okay, I got to put my face on, and that takes some time. But you have to be very careful on what makeup brand you use. You have to know your skin type, because not all makeup is good for an individual. You have to know exactly what's your skin type, and you have to know exactly how to apply it. The positives of makeup: it makes you feel beautiful, enhances features, makes you tone down features and change looks, and it transforms you from day to night. And the negatives upon makeup is if you use too much, it may break you out. And if you do not wash it off, you will break out. See? You will. Makeup on skin for a long period of time is not healthy. Unless mineralized makeup, there is some cases where it's okay. But every female who does wear makeup should wash it off. It's just the basics. Now, personally, I admire MAC so much. So much. Honestly, when I met my co-star with you, Mrs. DePiro, Lisette, she introduced me to it, and she actually introduced me to the girly world, because I was kind of ratchetto when I met her, and she was more, she had more, she was just into the whole, high fashion makeup thing, and she introduced me to it, and I thought I wasn't really into it at first, but then, she started doing her little makeup, and I was very admired by her certain looks that she would use. And, I just started watching her, and I just kept on, I went on YouTube and looked at certain styles and celebrity looks. And when I kept on just, watching these videos, it came natural to me, and I started doing it. The thing that amazes me is that I don't like to use brushes, which is sometimes good because it's like my little, I would say, trick. Not really, because if you want to be professional about the makeup that you apply, you would use a brush, because that's how you do it. But me, I use my finger, and it's always my ring finger. And it's quite fascinating how I don't get a little bit messy with it. People will be like, your finger, what? Like, yeah, I use my finger, but of course I have brushes and stuff. But makeup is a huge part of me. I do have a lot, thanks to Lisette. Every time I go out or I go to the mall, I have to go to MAC, at least buy eyelashes or something, just at least. And I would say it's an addiction now. It certainly is an addiction. It's like a need to me now. And it's just the littlest things is so important to me. Like, if I forget that, if I leave the house without putting mascara on, my life is over. I really feel like it's over.
Me too.
See? Just know that if you are an individual, a female or a male that wears makeup, just know exactly what you're doing. You do not want to look messy, uneven, or unhealthy in the face. So just, it's good to know have a little history on the makeup that you're using and how to apply it. Personally, makeup is my number one interest, hopefully my career. I'm familiar with it, and I'm very handy with it. And girls who tuned in to my show, please use this information well and stay beautiful. Thank you for tuning in to the WHIT radio show. I was your host, Alilijah, and with me today, Lisette and Mr. DePiro. Enjoy your day, and thank you.